just been doing tons of digging deep into various different sort of details regarding Beowulf, and I'm starting to see who these people are. It's incredible, because I sort of like it, because if it is Beornwulf, which I'm pretty sure it is now, because he comes at just the perfect time, then all the people that were surrounding him at that time that we know of in the Anglo Saxon chronicle should then match up with the people in Beowulf, but the names are different, or people in the past have thought that they were different people, but I'm pretty sure that they're the same people. And so I've, on that premise, started looking into the names yesterday. So like Beowulf himself is the son of Ecthio. So I thought, okay, right, let's look up Ecthio, because I was thinking, I've been watching Vikings and they come around at exactly the same time, Ragnar and Ecbert. So I looked up Ecbert, and Ecbert is also spelt Ecbeort, and we've got Beorthelm from down here, and then you've got it's Ectheo. The T is actually a B, so it's like an Ecbeo, or Ecbeort, and then yeah, you've got Ectheo in the Beowulf manuscript. This is so complicated, but you end up seeing that it's probably either the same person or the father of. There seem to be like groupings of people. So there's like the Ecth whatever, Ecbert, but Ecbert, because I think even is like Beowulf or Beowulf in the past has been called Beornwulf and Beowulf and Bertwulf and Britwulf. So like, it's unbelievable how many sort of name changes there have been. But yeah, my God, it's this complicated. But I think it seems like, yeah, I mean, if this is right, then it would mean that Beowulf himself was a son of Ecbert or a brother of Ecbert. Either way, he gets handed over to Hrethel, who then brings him up, and Hygelac is his son. So they would kind of be like sort of like stepbrothers. But then we find out later on that Ecbert kills Beowulf, which is really interesting, because then it sort of like puts it in context. He's either his father, who's handed him over and then is warring against him, or it's a brother and they're fighting against each other, which seems quite likely over the sort of like kingdoms of Sussex and Wessex. And Sussex and Wessex seem to be the main areas at this time that we're getting all the chronicled information. It's there that all of this stuff's happening. And then you've got a road that sort of goes up through York and up to Northumbria. But I think the events that are kind of chronicled in the Anglo Saxon chronicle, the majority of them are down in Sussex and Wessex. It's very interesting stuff. So now I'm just going to try and piece a few more people together. Mind-blowingly complicated, but we've got Offa in there already. There are a whole load of other historical characters that we know are in there, but there are others that we're not sure who they are. And I figure that it must be that the person that was writing Beowulf was writing it from a kind of pagan's perspective, and using the names that they had ascribed to these people. The Anglo-Saxon chronicle is using kind of Christian perspective, and they are a fully Christian perspective, because even Beowulf has some Christian what do you call it, leanings. There you go. Yeah, it seems like it's, but it also comes about exactly the time when they are transitioning through. Even Offa, like someone that I thought was much more pagan, is in his charters talked about like Saint Dionysius and God, and he's also very Christian. So I think it came in quite early. Obviously it kind of like, maybe the Romans that had stayed here converted the pagan Anglo-Saxons that came over. I'm just going to find out a bit more about that as well. You see how difficult and complicated this stuff is. Like, it's unbelievable, but it's definitely helping me kind of learn and improve my mind and memory. My God, the amount of information I've had to memorize to kind of like these names, like it's crazy. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if anyone's really going to find this one that interesting, but I did yesterday, because like that really is interesting. It links, if I can link Beowulf, all the people, to who they should be. There's like Finn in the Battle of Finnsburg, and I think I know who that might be now. I put a little map up with the Harlingas on there above Ringmer. That's really important, and there's so many areas around there that kind of link up to all the people in Beowulf. So and Wiglaf, obviously, who's in the Anglo Saxon chronicle directly after Beowulf. But yeah, I mean, I suppose, like, you know, I've got to a point now where I know it so well, Beowulf, that this is all very obvious to me. But I think most people don't even know the story of Beowulf, or they think it's just a myth that has no grounding in reality. And a lot of other people have decided that it's very likely that it's a real thing. And my kind of thinking for this is, like, before Tolkien, you didn't have Anglo-Saxon scholars and people writing stories that were completely fictitious. They were, you know, and with that much level of detail. Tolkien did it because, you know, he came from a different era. But back in their day, do you think someone's just going to sit down and write a completely fake lineage for somebody? And for a lot of people, and all these different battles and events, and it seems like a bit of a stretch to kind of think that someone just decided to write this mass fiction. Yeah, what I think it is that it's a true story, just like most myths. It's a true story that has been kind of Chinese whispered into something more than it was, but the groundings and the basis of fact, it is based in fact. It's yeah, you know, these events happened, these people were real, and I'm just trying to now work out who they were in our kind of known history, because they were here, they were these same people. So it's we're going to get there. I'm going to get all this down and you know, write down the lineages and everything. But it kind of makes me wish I'd learnt Latin or gone to like a special private school, and I could do with being a lot more intelligent. But I'm getting there. I'm trying anyway. I'm trying.